Nobody? All right, well, I would try the ginger. If you're already pregnant, try the ginger and the GTF chromium. If you're not pregnant, prepare. Trust me, you will be so happy that you do. Okay, so let's just talk about keeping the baby nice and healthy and avoiding any kind of problem. Toxemia happens whenever the body starts getting toxic. Make sure that you drink nothing but good water is very, very helpful. Also, as soon as you get pregnant, typically your bowels slow down a little bit, and there's a reason for that. The average person should have 3 to 5 bowel movements a day, but when you're pregnant, the body wants to be able to absorb more of the nutrients, so it slows down a little bit. So you're going 2 or 3 times a day. That's not bad. However, there's some people that when they get pregnant, they're only going once a day. So whenever the body slows down the bowels, they can become toxic. And you absorb that toxin. It's very harsh on the kidney. The kidney has to take over. Whatever doesn't go out through the bowel, the kidney has to filter it out. However, you cannot do purgatives like cascara. I would not do cascara while I was pregnant because cascara can cause contractions, and you don't want that happening. Also, if you take cascara towards the end of the pregnancy, it can cause the baby to have a bowel movement inside of you, and that's not very good as well. So lots of good water, and I like liver cleanse as a first choice, and I like magnesium. Magnesium's very healthy whenever you're pregnant. It helps prevent a boggy uterus. It helps keep from bleeding too much. Matter of fact, if a woman bleeds a whole lot, sometimes they give her Pitocin, but a lot of times they'll just give them a bag of magnesium. So I would try that first to make sure the bowels are moving 2 to 3 times a day at least. Toxemia often can turn into something called pre-eclampsia. My daughter had pre-eclampsia with her last pregnancy, which usually doesn't happen at the last pregnancy, but she does things differently. The doctor said you have high amount of protein in your blood and in your urine. I'm sorry, not in her blood. I apologize. In her urine, your blood pressure is really, really high. We need to do something here. We need to deliver this baby. She called me up and I said, well, cut out red meat, drink nothing but water, no soda, no milk, just water. Do not eat red meat. She ate chicken and turkey, basically. And then we had her take, I say she took protease, but last week she told me it was food enzymes. I think she's wrong, but whatever. Both of them help digest protein in the bloodstream. She took them between meals. And we agreed that she took the KBC and the parsley. She did that for 2 weeks, and when she went back to the doctor again, she kind of warded off going to the doctor for 2 weeks. And when they went back and they tested, they said, okay, your blood pressure is now 135/80, which isn't bad at all, especially since she was worried about going to the doctor. And they said, your protein in your urine is normalized. It's absolutely normal. But there must be something going on because there's no cure for preeclampsia. Once you have it, it just gets worse. It doesn't get better. We still want to deliver the baby. But basically, because the doctor would not recognize that herbs can do what they did, my daughter no longer had preeclampsia. They told her you no longer have preeclampsia. The delivery was just a precaution. I typically suggest mothers take less parsley right before the delivery. Not that it'll hurt you or the baby, but it can slow down the production of milk. If you want to breastfeed, you don't want to end up having that problem after the delivery. If you just have high blood pressure, the KBC and parsley. And again, drink nothing but water. And if your blood sugar is really, really high, Jerusalem artichoke, and GTF chromium, and sometimes liver cleanse, but you cannot go crazy on a liver cleanse. When I was pregnant, well, whenever I would be pregnant, if I ever got pregnant, how's that? That's very English, I guess. I would probably take no more than 8 or 10 a day, because you don't want any toxins in your liver to spill out and get past the brain-uterine barrier.
Okay, Mary.
Yeah?
Somebody's asking how much of each herb.
Very good question. The protease, we gave her 2 every hour, but she said she took 2 every hour of the food enzymes. The KBC, she took 3 to 4 of the concentrate a day. Parsley, she probably took about 8 to 10 a day. It depends on what her blood pressure was like. If she could hear her ear going, pff, 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 she took a little bit more. That was only for a day or two, and then she could cut back a little bit.
Okay.
Jerusalem artichokes, I think you can make, I mean, you can get Jerusalem artichoke noodles or just eat them, and you can eat as much of that as you want. GTF chromium, I probably would not go over 1,000 micrograms when I was pregnant, because it is, as a microgram, it is a trace element. You don't want to do too much. But you can, oh, that's a MCG. But if you want to soak it in your feet, you can do more than that.
Okay.
And women will...
And where would you put the progesterone cream?
The very best place to put it is on the abdomen or inner thighs. You absorb it better in those areas.